Hello Sagittarius, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your reading for the second half of April from the 16th all the way through the 30th. General advice as always. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's coming up for you for the first half of this reading. If it happens to resonate with you, please head on over to my Patreon page if that's something that you're interested in viewing for the extended reading. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and begin. I'll be using the Pining Rose Twin Flame Ascension deck. This is by Calico Moon. The Angels of Romance Oracle by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. And lastly, by Fire Witch Tarot, the Unspoken Messages deck, Volume 2. And I will, of course, clarify with my own tarot decks. So let's begin. Taking a look at the energies for the second half of the month. For Sagittarius, angels and spirit guides, please. So what is it that needs to come through this time? For Sagittarius. We are starting off with signs, and there's such a large group of people that do tune into these, so pay attention to whatever those signs are for you specifically, because they're different for everybody. You know, it could be a number, a specific number that means something to you. It could be a song that you hear and there's some lyrics that are really speaking to you. Whatever that sign is, if it jumps out at you, if you really know, and if you're not questioning that that is a sign for you, pay attention to that when it comes to the person that you're thinking about, the situation that you are thinking about, because that could be offering you some guidance in and of itself. In hiding. Okay, so this could either pertain to you personally or, of course, the person you are focused on. If it's the person that you're thinking about and there has been no communication or no contact, if they are in fact hiding from you because they've done something to upset you or to ruin the relationship, perhaps that could explain why there is no interaction with this person right now. Let's grab maybe another couple cards here. What else for Sagittarius? We have reflection, and what I'm kind of feeling for your person, Sagittarius, is during this time that you guys might not be interacting or speaking, they're thinking a lot about you, about the situation, what might have ultimately contributed to the demise of the partnership. And then this is the next card right here, meeting. So maybe they're thinking about contacting you. Maybe right now they haven't been able to find the courage to actually do it, but they seem to be thinking about contacting you so that you guys can finally meet face to face, perhaps, so that you guys can talk about the situation, the partnership. So let's clarify this with some tarot. I'll be pulling from my Tanielu tarot here. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. What else do we need to know? All right, so we do have the Knight of Wands, but I feel it's coming up in the reverse, so that's how I'm going to interpret this one. The Knight of Wands tends to have a bit of a bad reputation in that they can be very adventurous, yes, but they also tend to be in player mode sometimes. So with that card coming up in the reverse, this could be still a Knight of Wands that could be doing things very impulsively. They could be very reckless at this time. They could be angry that you guys haven't spoken or that you guys are not together at this point in time, or they're not wanting you to see that part of them, perhaps. You know, they could be hiding that from you, that they're upset, that they're not happy that you guys haven't been able to work this out. But we do have, look at this, we've got two sixes coming up. We've got the Six of Wands as well as the Six of Pentacles. Two pretty positive energies, victory, success, and the Six of Pentacles is about equality. And the way I like to see that It's about two people who have to be equally invested in the partnership. It can't be one person who's just partially invested. We can't have a situation where one person has one foot out the door and going back to that Knight of Wands, even if it is reversed, they're still in this type of energy where they still have the capability to be reckless and not really think of the consequences of their actions. And so in order for this partnership, through a new meetup, for you guys to reconnect, in order for things to be successful through a reconnection, then they cannot be in player mode. They need to be able to decide, this is the one, this is the partnership I want to be throwing all of my energies in, and that's it, you know? So we do have a divine masculine coming in as the Emperor, which is a good thing, because I feel it could be the masculine letting you know here, divine feminine, they want to see you. They've been thinking about you. They want to be able to meet up with you to discuss all of these things. And they're bringing that Ace of Pentacles with them, which is actually a solid offer, possibly of commitment, letting you know that they are perhaps in a much more stable frame of mind, rather than being in this Knight of Wands energy where they could have been in and out of your life because they weren't fully invested, because they just wanted to explore their options perhaps in love and romance. That could be it as well. But the Ace of Pentacles is giving you guys the chance to start again, a new beginning in love. Okay, so it's up to you, of course, Sagittarius, if you accept their offer once it is presented to you, on whether you guys are to meet up in person or not. They're thinking about it though. They are thinking about it. So let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through for the second half. I was going to say the first half. I'm still stuck on the first half of April. Second half of April, focusing on Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, please. Okay. We have daydreaming, thoughts and wonderment. That's no surprise that they are thinking about you. And they are reflecting about possibly what might have gone wrong, you know, and that did come through. Reflection. So that's clarifying here that they do often think about you. Look at this, guys. This is the next card. We've got reconciliation popping up, coming back into union. They're wondering, perhaps, can this actually happen? Or is it just a fantasy at this point? We have waiting. And the message here says, don't wait around for life to pass you by. Start living. Okay? They can't be in this energy of daydreaming all day and not doing anything about this. Otherwise, this window of opportunity towards a reconciliation could pass you guys by because this person ends up not doing anything about it. So let's go ahead and grab some dialogue here and see what words go along with that. And you could resonate with some of these words as well, unspoken messages for your person. So what is it that you guys want to say to each other? So they're going to have to take action if they want to be with you. So who needs to speak up here? Is it you? Is it them? I'm sorry for not responding to your messages right away. Part of the reason why that might have been going on is that maybe they were weighing their options. Again, we have that Knight of Wands energy coming through, reckless behavior, maybe in and out of your life, as I've mentioned. And so if they were spending time with other people and they weren't responding to your messages, that could have been a red flag for you. And then this is the next card. You know I love you, right? But maybe you didn't. Because through their actions, they perhaps have proven to you that they weren't fully invested. So that could have been an issue in and of itself, you know? So let's go ahead and clarify. I'll be using my Valentine Connection Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Sagittarius. So can you guys get back together? Let's see. They're telling you here they absolutely do want that to come back into union. They're going to have to do something about this rather than just daydreaming about it. They could have been juggling. They could have been on the fence. They could have been, as I've mentioned, entertaining other people, talking to other people, you know, just getting themselves entangled in situations that affected the relationship. And in order to have this reconciliation, I feel this is absolutely needed with that Ten of Wands, whatever this heavy burden represents. In order for you guys to get past all that and what might have ultimately resulted in a breakup, these heavy burdens have to be dealt with. But I'm also feeling for the person that you're thinking about, Sagittarius, that they could be telling you here they're ready to take responsibility for their actions, and they're ready to work diligently and pour in all of the necessary work and effort to be able to fix this, should a reconciliation be something that happens. You know, if that's something that can be a reality, if you can both come to an agreement that a reconciliation is possible, then they're telling you here they're possibly coming towards you as a better person, again, taking responsibility for their actions and wanting to have a new beginning with you. And then we do have the Star coming up, and we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so Divine Feminine. If you represent the Sagittarian here, this is your own vibe coming through with that Queen of Wands, that fiery energy. So this represents a wish come true, but it also represents the need to put yourself first as well, to focus on you, make yourself a priority, take care of you, especially if somebody put you on the back burner and they weren't fully invested. So maybe during this time apart, you've had to do that. You've had to put yourself back on your list. But this can also represent that wish manifestation. You might have to wait for that wish to manifest, for this reconciliation to happen, but it's possible. The Queen of Wands is known to be very courageous, full of passion, very exuberant, a vibrant personality. Just be confident in what it is that you desire ultimately. Because if you're confident that a reconciliation might actually be a good reunion, for lack of a better word, that you guys can ultimately work things out, then should that present itself to you, then go for it. Maybe it's worth another opportunity to start again. For some of you, you're not so open to that because this really hurt you. Whether they backstabbed you or it just represents a relationship that fell apart, that could represent that heavy burden of what that represents. Because this is going to take time to heal. And that could also explain why the person that you're thinking about isn't taking any sort of action, because they know that they hurt you so deeply. So right now they're just focusing on daydreaming and fantasizing about being with you rather than taking any sort of action to make it happen in the 3D. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so let's explore the rest of this reading, the extended portion in part 2. If you're interested in watching that, that will be available on my Patreon page. That link is down below in the description box. If you are interested in your own reading, that info as well is down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. They still feel connected to you, regardless of distance. And maybe you feel that as well. Wings of love. Okay, so your angel guides have actually been watching out for you and protecting you throughout this whole journey, throughout this whole process. There's something about music coming through as well. Love lyrics. It's interesting that this says love chords. Of course, it's spelled differently when pertaining to music, right? But there could be music, particular songs that you listen to or even they listen to and they think about you. Somebody could be a musician here, could be a very gifted musician, whether as a singer or plays an instrument. But yeah, pay attention to that. We've got rendezvous. They definitely want to see you and connect with you.